What's good? What's good, Smoker's Hut? I'm back in this piece. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Today we're gonna be talking. Oh, I'm attractive. What did Kendrick say? I'm attractive. Hey. All right. Today we're gonna be talking about what is it? Okay, this is the question. Can Black Americans be racist? In America, of course. Can Black Americans be racist? I had a Twitter space on this, I want to say, 30, 40 minutes ago, maybe an hour ago. And I was just asking different people, like, yo, what do you guys think? Do you think Black people can be racist? Do you think that that's impossible? Um, because a lot of people will say, oh no, Black people can't be racist because we don't own a power structure to oppress white people, or we don't own a power structure to oppress a minority group. So we can't be racist. It's impossible, right? Here's my take on it. This is my personal take, and I want you guys to leave your comments below. Do you think Black Americans can be racist? Here's my opinion. I personally do believe that a Black American can be racist because let's take this for example. A Black business owner, a Black man owns a business, right? He opens up his business. A young Black man comes in and asks, hey, can I work for your store? Can I sweep up or can I do anything to make some extra money? And he says, yeah, of course you can. Of course, grab a broom, I'll pay you at the end of the week, of course. And then a week later or 2 weeks later, a white kid comes in and he says, hey, I see the store just opened up. Could I get a job around here? Could I just sweep around, help clean up? And he says, no, of course you can't. Go somewhere else. Go look for somewhere else, right? To me, that's racist, You basically just hindered this white kid's life from progressing because you had the power to give him a job, an opportunity, and you didn't because of the color of his skin. So I do think that Black people can be racist. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Black people, let's say a business owner does that, right? Let's say a Black business owner does that. And then he's questioned on that. It says, oh, you hired this Black kid, but why didn't you hire the white kid? Why didn't you hire, if he's questioned and he says, well, I am a Black business owner. And as a minority, I want to hire and empower other Black people in the community. That's where it gets tricky. You see what I'm saying? That's where it gets very tricky because and this is where racism in the Black community becomes confusing in itself because you got people, hold on, I'm sorry. All right. You got people who will say, "Oh, Black people are racist. Black people are some of the most racist. They can't stand white people. Some Black people don't even like to spend time around white people." But here's the thing. When with other types of racism, like racism towards Black people, it does not stem from anything political, anything historic, any past thing we've done to anyone. Nothing. The reason people don't like Black people is because for generations they've been taught that. You know what I'm saying? Their parents teach them that. And the parents don't even know why they don't like Black people, to be honest. They don't know why, but they know, my grandfather didn't like them, my dad didn't like them, so I don't like them. Or maybe they had a bad experience with a Black person. Or maybe a Black person slept with their ex-girlfriend or their girlfriend or their wife. Who knows? There's a long list of things that someone can do that sets someone way off track, right? But what we do know about genetics is that um, Black people have very strong genes. Black people have very strong genetics and very strong resilience, no matter where they go. So a lot of times when Europeans and colonizers come in contact with Black melanated people, they have to have a mentality of conquer, we're not your friend. We're here to conquer. We're here to take over. And because if they don't have that mentality, they will just become a part of the mix, and the white population will actually become the minority if they don't rule with a iron fist, you know, per se. So basically, when they come in contact with these melanated groups, that is their mentality. It has been their mentality since they founded America. And even before then, when Europeans colonized other lands, their mentality was not, oh, let's make friends with the darker people. It was, we need to outsmart and trick these darker people, because if we don't, and have weapons and have armor, because if we don't, we will lose this battle. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's racist, that's whatever. But it's the truth. It's historic. It's fact. And I'm not racist. I have to say this every video. I'm not racist. I'm telling you historic fact. But so that's where racism all stems from, right? And then you have this trickle down of people just being racist because, oh well, my dad was racist, my mom was racist, whoever. So now I have that, in my head. So they're racist, but they don't know where it stems from originally anyway. And all this to say, like, all this to say that basically, yes, I believe black people can be racist, but if there's a reason for your racism, then is it racist, is the question. And what I mean by that is, if and this is all proven, if the banks are run by white racists, right? The entertainment industry is also run by white racists. Not completely, but a large percentage of bankers, music industry, housing market, all these things are ran by white people, right? And we see Kanye has his plight with that. Who else? Colin Kaepernick in sports. Sports is another one. Really any area. There's no area in America where you can say, oh, black people run the corporation side of this industry. It doesn't exist. And that's by design. It's not because black people are stupid or slow. No, they're put into impoverished areas. So then they're born into impoverished areas. The schooling is worse. And then the cycle continues, but it's by design. Black people are not slower or not as smart. It's just by design. They set up a system that keeps you a little bit behind so that you can't progress. But anyway, my point is with this is black people's racism doesn't stem from your genetics. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking at it like, well, if we mate with them, our eyes won't be brown. That we're not looking, like, black people aren't looking at it from a perspective of, oh, if I mate with them, my wavy hair is gonna become, what's it called? Kinky or whatever. Or, oh, if black people are this way or white people are this way. It's more of a thing like, well, we're a minority group. As a black person who's racist, right? There's so many other reasons other than, oh, I don't like white people, quote unquote. There's so many other reasons why a black person could be, quote unquote, racist. You see what I'm saying? It's like, well, we're a minority group. We were enslaved. We are still being oppressed. I want to bring my numbers up. You know what I'm saying? I want more black children in the earth because you tried to oppress them, and then a lot of them died, and then you enslaved a lot of them, and then after that you kept them in poverty, and then after that, you know what I'm saying? You didn't allow them to buy houses, and then, we still are dealing with this stuff. We're still dealing with a lot of this stuff. So black people start to say, yeah, I don't have a problem with white people, but I want a black wife, or I want a black husband. And then they say, oh, that's racist, that's colorist, that's this, that's that. Yeah, but you started it. I know it sounds childish, but it's literally like you started it. You made this land racist. You divided everyone by color. You put these people in slavery. You put these people in nice homes. You divided America. So now that the aftermath is playing out and people are wisening up, like, now it's my generation's turn to wake up and say, okay, well, what do I really want out of a wife? Or what do I really want out of a husband? And because of the racist history of this country, we look back and we say, oh, well, I kind of want to preserve my melanin. I kind of want to stay black because for some reason this country seems to have a problem with my melanin. So that makes me want to produce more melanin because fuck you and your racist ass. You see what I'm saying? It's not like I hate white people. It's just like you're not going to kill my people off. So fuck you and I'm going to do what I want. And that's what it is. And then, but the problem is the white people in the public take that as, oh, he's racist. He hates white women or he hates white people or he hates, and it's like, no, not at all. But the system has tried to keep my people down. And I know a bunch of white people are like, yeah, but all white people aren't a part of the system. No, that's true. But the system benefits all white Americans. It does. It does. Because the way the world works is if you give resources to one group and not the other, then you're benefiting that group. And if that was to switch, if America was to say, let's give more resources to the black community, guess what? That means less resources for the white community. So you do benefit from the systemic racism. You see what I'm saying? You do benefit from it. Even if you don't participate in it, you are benefiting from the institution. So for me to go out and say, like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'll date a white girl. I'll date a black girl. I'll date a Spanish girl. I don't care. But when it comes to my kids, I just want them to have a decent amount of melanin in their skin because America seems to have a problem with people with melanin in their skin. It has nothing to do with white people. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to make this video about because I don't want to get a reputation as a racist. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be known as a racist. But what I do want is people to know that my people are being oppressed. And because of that, I want my people's lineage to continue. I want my people's physical characteristics to continue. I want my melanin to continue. You see what I'm saying? I'm already like I'm not dark skinned, but I'm not light skinned either. I'm like a brown, like chocolate, like almost like a mocha color, right? If I do sleep with a white woman, right? That's fine. I'll sleep with plenty of white women. Don't get me wrong. But if I have a kid with a white woman, the child is going to be very light. And I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that. But my thing is, for me personally, I know that this country doesn't take kindly to black people for whatever reason, historically. I know they're trying to change it and all this. And people get so upset. They like, oh, we're trying to change it. We're making so many changes. Okay, but when it's changed, let's talk about that. Right now, it's still the same thing and we're trying to make progression through that. But it hasn't changed yet. So don't tell me, oh, that was the past when it's still happening. So my main reason to say all this is that, yes, I do believe black Americans can be racist, but I feel that black racism in America is reactionary. I don't think black people naturally are like, oh, white people, no, I don't like them. They look weird. They look, I don't think that's naturally it. It's a slow progression. You start as a black American, I think the vast majority of black Americans start not racist, not caring about any of that. They love who they love. But then as time goes on, this racist comment, this racist post, this racist advertisement, this fashion company did this, the police did this, the bank won't give you this loan, you didn't get the job, just certain things like that. Your phone's been tapped. All types of stuff like that is what makes you slowly say, I don't like these white people. I want to have a black kid. And I don't, and none of it was because they were white. Originally, they were white. You didn't have a problem with them. Originally, you were black. You didn't have a problem with them. But as time progresses and this happens and that happens and you see this on the news and you see this on your MacBook and you see this on your phone and, the lady at the store has a problem with you. She grabs her purse when you walk by or stuff like that. Little stuff like that all adds up until you're like a person who's like, yo, why are you so, standoffish towards white people? And you're like, bro, for 30 years of my life, I've had to put up with their nonsense. And it's like, oh, but all white people aren't like that. It's like, I know they're not. But do I want to keep doing this cycle and finding out. You know what I mean? Like after a certain amount of time, people get fed up. And it's like, let's say you have a deck of cards. Let's say you have two decks of cards, right? And you keep pulling from one deck, and every time it's a shit card, shit card, shit card, shit card. Eventually, you're going to say, I'm just going to stop pulling from that deck because the deck is not good. It just keeps on giving me bad cards. They say doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. You're insane. So for me, if I keep like I don't know if you guys know my past, but I grew up in a very Caucasian, very white area of America. Also, well, somewhat, kind of in the middle, because the city's right there and that's pretty diverse. But then Long Island is pretty like white. So anyway, I went to very white schools. And throughout that time, I'm like, no. The crazy thing is, I was like, yo, honestly, interracial relationships. I swear to you I'd say, for 20, 21, 22 years of my life, I believed, I was like, yo, interracial relationships are amazing. They're good for America. They're so good for America because they show people, oh, love is love. You know, everyone's equal. Like bro, love is love. Who cares, you know? For a good chunk of my life, I was like, dude, who cares? It doesn't matter at all. Like love is love. These old people are tripping. Like these old people are racist, right? But then time started going by. You know, I had a relationship. Didn't work out because of some scrupulous reasons. I had another relationship. Didn't work out because of some scrupulous relationship. I had some friends who were also white. Didn't really work out because of some sketchy shit behind the scenes. So this is all compiling. First relationship, okay, girls, you know, whatever, white, female, whatever, that's cool, you know, didn't work out. Of course, all white women aren't like this. That's fine. Even to show you even more, I've dated like 2 or 3 white girls after that. So I have no problem with that. You know what I mean? Even my relationships haven't made me say like, oh, white women are the problem or anything. You know, I'm just saying it's a collective thing. So that didn't work. Then my friends who I've been friends with, I find out they're doing sketchy stuff behind my back. All right. Now I'm starting to get like, because these have been my friends for such a long time. I'm starting to get like, you know, that's weird. That's super weird. Super weird. Because if it was me, that's the other thing. I'm not going to say about white people, but about the white people I've met. They'll do stuff to me that I'm like, bro, if I did this to you, you would freak out. You'd probably try to get me like put in jail or killed or some craziness. But when it's me, people just expect, oh, he's strong enough to take it. You know, he's strong enough to take it. He's a cool guy. Until I'm not a cool guy anymore. Like, that's literally what happens. Like, oh, he's a cool guy. He can take a joke. Until I'm pissed off and I can't take a joke, and then I'm racist. You know what I'm saying? Then they're like, oh, Arrow's racist. Arrow doesn't like white people. No, it's not that. It's just, if you keep, let's say you got 2 dogs. In case the card example didn't work for you. Let's say you got 2 dogs. You got a Doberman and you got a Husky. And you like them both. You love them both. The Husky is beautiful with its blue eyes and its long furry hair. Beautiful Husky dog. And the Doberman is beautiful too. Brown spots, nice little black coat on them, you know, tall, long legs. You love them both so much. You love them. You love them. You love them. You love them both. So then you go and you pet the Doberman. And the Doberman's okay. So, okay. Lets you pet it. It lets you pet it. It's nice. It's nice. You know? Seems a little scared, but you pet the Doberman. And it's okay. And the Doberman says, okay, stop petting me. Enough. So you stop petting the Doberman. Then you go and pet the Husky. Then you go and pet the husky because you think everything is love, everything is sweet, right? From your perspective, you're like, oh, the husky's gonna treat me the same way the Doberman treated me. They're both dogs. I love them both. So I pet husky. So you go pet husky. Let's pet the husky. And then you're petting it. Everything's good. And then all of a sudden, the husky just bites you all of a sudden. Just bites your hand. You're like, fuck. Like, you're like, oh my God. Why? Right? So the first bite, you're like, oh, the Doberman didn't do that to me. Like, you're just sitting there like, ow, you bit my shit, right? So the husky bit you. So now you back up. So now the dogs are sitting there. You got the Doberman and the husky. Already in your mind, you're like, that husky, off the first bite, let's be honest, human nature, off the first bite, you're like, the husky, little shifty husky. I'm not saying all huskies are that way. I'm not saying all huskies are gonna bite me. But this husky specifically, that husky's wild. Like, be careful with that husky, right? So then you go and you see, you go on a walk, you go do something a few days later, and you see another husky. It's not the same husky. It's not the same husky. It's a completely new husky. New dog, but same type of dog. Same type of dog, different dog. You get it. Different dog, same type. New husky. You run into a new husky. Now, when you see this husky, you say, you already have a mental note, though. Let's be honest. Off the first time, you already have a mental note. Last time I pet a husky, the shit bit me. I might pet this dog, but even if it's 1%, there's a reminder in your head. Last time you petted that dog, it bit you, nigga. Don't be stupid. So, right? So your dumbass goes over there. Let's see if this husky is better than the last husky. It's basically the mentality. Let's see if this husky doesn't bite the shit out of me the way the last husky bit me, right? So let's do it. So you go over, fuck it. This husky looks way nicer, way more clean. This is a nice husky dog. This one's not going to treat me the way the other one did. No way. So you say, come here, husky, and you pet it, and you pet it, and you pet it. You say, oh, the husky's so nice, so nice. And really, this husky's better. This husky is better. It's licking you, everything. It's, you're like, oh, the husky loves me. The husky. Like, this one is better. This one's way better of a dog. Way better. So you're like, I love this husky. I love the husky. This husky is changing my mind about what I thought about huskies for a second there. Because I was thinking, this husky's gonna bite me, and turns out this husky loves me. This husky's awesome, right? So you're playing with the husky, for like an hour, maybe 2 hours, and you're like, this husky, this one is changing everything I thought about huskies. Maybe that was just a bad husky. And then about 2 or 3 hours in, all of a sudden you're petting it, you're just laying there, and then it just bites you. Just bites your hand again. Ah, fuck. Right? You're like, damn it, bro. Damn. I thought this husky was a special husky. I thought it's special. No special. Nothing special. You touched the husky. It just took time. You see what I'm saying? End result, same. The amount of time, it might be longer, might be shorter, but the end result the same. You got bit by the damn husky. Now, after you get bit the second time, right? You start to say, okay, huskies seem to bite me a lot. Huskies just seem to bite me a lot. So I'm not too keen on making new husky dog friends. You see what I'm saying? I'm not too keen on making new relationships with huskies because the husky keeps biting me. You see what I'm saying? Do you hate huskies? No, I don't hate huskies, but for some reason, they keep biting me. And your emotional attachment to that second husky it could either jade you or it could make you more hateful towards Huskies. You see what I'm saying? Because it can make you say, yeah, both of the Huskies I've come in contact with bit me, but the second one was nice to me for a long time first. So maybe I just did something wrong. And then you get into that victim mentality where you're like, I mean, not that victim mentality, that what is it called? Victim blaming. Like you start to think, maybe I'm the problem. What did I do to make that last husky bite me? Because it was so nice at first. You didn't do anything. It's just a husky. It's gonna bite you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying all huskies bite you. You see what I'm saying? But I'm saying, if from that person's perspective, the third time he sees a husky dog, you think he's gonna pet it? Be honest. Be honest. Like this is the conversations that the white power structure, the white community does not want to have with the black community. If you do someone wrong over and over and over and over and over and over, and even historically before we were here, they got done wrong over and over and over and over. And you see black people talking about reparations and stuff to try to fix it, and white people don't even want to hear that. They don't even want to hear it. But then they expect black people to be, productive members of their society and helpful to their society and friendly in their society. But you're not friendly to them. You're not helpful to them. You're not supportive of their businesses. So why do you expect that from us? And that's what it comes down to. And it's like, it's not a racism thing. It's just the husky example. Remember, before he started petting the Doberman and the husky and doing all that, he said to himself, I love both of these dogs the same. I love them both the same. I love them both the same. But then once he got bit by the husky, the first husky, he was a little more timid. Even after that bite, he still decided to go and pet another husky, give it another chance. And that husky showed him mad love and then bit him anyway. So with that being said, you have to know, human psychology. It's not about him hating huskies. He doesn't have a hatred towards huskies. He doesn't hate their blue eyes or their fur. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't hate any of that. But he's been bit by the first husky he met. The second husky he met loved him and then bit him. So now the third husky he meets, he's a little bit like, and the huskies might see that as racism. The huskies might see that as, he doesn't like us. He has a problem with us. He always has something to say about huskies. But you don't know what he's been through. You don't know the huskies he's met. You see what I'm saying? I'm sorry to use that husky example. I'm in no way calling white people dogs or anything like that. The Doberman example was to show melanated groups. You know what I'm saying? Melanated people. So I'm calling humanity dogs as an entirety. Black, white, Spanish, everyone. We're dogs. Doberman, husky, Chihuahua. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being racially, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be funny is the point. But this is a serious matter. This is a serious issue because it's just to give you another parallel, and then I'm going to end this video. It's like Palestine and Jerusalem, right? And I'm not going to talk about this too much, but it's like that. Do you think Palestinians just hate Israel or Israelis or Jewish people? No. They hate them now because of what's been done to them. And what these white power structure groups are asking of melanated people, of black and brown people, is basically to be desensitized and inhumanely agreeable. So they want us to, even though we did all that, even though we all did all that, you don't have to be racist. We're not all like that. But it's like, at what point as a human do you say, but a large amount of you are affecting my life? You see what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time before a human wakes up and says, I get being nice and everything is important and it gives you a fulfilling life. But right now I'm being oppressed. So I don't like the people who are oppressing me. And I don't know what it is, but the people in power seem to have a way of trying to trick your mind and saying, even though this person did you wrong, and this person, and this person, and this person, and this person, they're not all like that. And it's like, at what point do you say, Okay, I believe they're not all like that, but do I want to stick around and make all these bonds to find out? You know what I'm saying? To find to test and see, are you like that? Are you not like that? When statistically in my life experience, odds are you are like that. Odds are you are like that. You see what I'm saying? From my experience, I'd say if I meet a white person, there is a from my experience, 5 out of 10 is half. It's more than half. I'd say there's a 7 out of 10 chance, not that they're racist, but that they either are involved with some shit like the police or some shit that's just either in the future it's gonna clash heads. It's gonna bump heads with me. They're involved with something that in the future it's going to be a problem. Maybe racist parents. Maybe they're not racist, but the parents are racist. Maybe the parents aren't racist, but it's a family of cops. And I'm not, I don't hate cops, but do I want to be close to them? Not really, because they always seem to, when black people are in the mix, they seem to want to find out what you're doing wrong or what you're doing to make money or what you're doing, what you got going on. So, and that's just my life experience. I'm not saying I'm a racist. I'm not. Like I said, I have white people in my family. I have white family members. My grandmama's half white. I've told y'all this multiple times. I'm saying, though, the white power structure is ruining race relations for all of us because they are making it's hard to it's like this. It's like the white power structure is putting on clown masks, right? It's like a power structure is putting on clown masks. They're all wearing clown masks. And then when you go and see a clown, you think of them. You know what I'm saying? When you go and see a clown now, you're thinking, oh, that's the person holding me back. And it's really not. They have nothing to do with that. You're just at the circus. But because they all have the same thing as you and their system preserves your life as well, black people are very fed up. You see what I'm saying? And it's sad because these few people up top are ruining our relationships and our friendships and our, all that. But it's happening because the part of the problem is no white people are pulling the coattails of these white supremacists. Like if you see them promoting nonsense or you see them doing something, you need to too, as a white person, be like, bro, stop doing that because my friend's a part of that community, or my boyfriend's a part of that community, or my girlfriend's a part of that community, or, my uncle's a part of that community, and you're promoting this to his children or his family. Or, give out decent bank loans because, I have black friends or I have family. No one's doing that. All that's hush hush. But in front of your face, it's, oh, bro, you need that bank loan. You need that job. How could they? How could they? This is bullshit. America's a bullshit system. But then when they're home and their dad or their uncle or their grandma or when they're sitting down with the bankers, those are the bankers, those are the people who work there, they don't talk about that. They're not sitting there like, oh, well, what are we going to do for the black community next year as a bank? What are we going to do for the black community next year as an entertainment industry? No, because they don't care. They're just worried about their pockets. And that's human nature. I get it. But don't be surprised when I'm also like, I have to look out for my pockets and distance myself from people who might potentially hurt me. AKA Huskies in this example. But you see what I'm saying? I hate that my mentality is being interpreted as racist because I never wanted it to be. But at the same time, I can't be fake and basically just throw this like sheath over my eyes and be like, oh no, I don't see systemic racism. I don't see white privilege. I don't see what is there because it is there. So we could live in this fantasy world where, oh, it's not racist. Black people aren't being oppressed. None of this is true. There wasn't 200 years where you were held back. And then even after that, we could pretend we could live in fairyland if you want, but that's not going to get us anywhere either. We have to address the actual issues and then move forward together if possible. If not possible, then America will just fucking crumble. But like, that's what I'm saying, is my point. I don't think that black people are inherently hateful towards white people with white skin. I don't. But because of the history of this country, because of the current state of this country, because of things that our politicians have said over the internet, over the, you know, that's one thing too. What the politicians say leads to so much disarray and disconnection amongst us, because let's say they say something stupid like, oh, Haiti is a shit whole country. Like, let's say they say something like that. I'm offended as a black person. I'm not Haitian, but I'm offended as a black person. Who are you to say that? How about you talk about Europe and all the problems they've had, like black plagues and things like that, or the fact that they had a coronavirus did a number on them. Like, bro, how about we talk about that? But you don't want to talk about that. Point is, when politicians say stuff like that, it forces us to have a conversation as citizens that we would never have before. It's let's say I see one of my white friends and I'm like, yo, did you hear Trump say like Haiti's a shit whole country? And they're like, yeah, man, it's wild. But if I feel like they're not as upset about it or something, or if they're like, yeah, man, that's wild, but like it is a pretty bad country, right there, I just lost a friend. Or I potentially look at them different now, because it's like, is that what you think about Haiti? You know what I mean? And it's like, really, why would we even be talking about Haiti being a successful country or not in the first place? We wouldn't be, but because this politician brought it up, now we have to talk about this. And now we have to sit here and have this conversation about something that's probably going to divide us in the end. That's what's happening here. And the people in power know that. They don't want us united. They don't want us united. Because then they have to answer for a lot of shit. If we're united, they have to answer for all of the atrocities they've done to each of us. The invasions of privacy, you know what I'm saying? The illegal bank loans, the fucking housing market right now. You have to answer to all that. Why don't we have houses? You know what I'm saying? Like certain stuff, it's like, bro, what is going on here? But because we're infighting, we're picking on each other, we're laughing at each other, we're focused on nonsense. We can't come together and say, hey, buddy, wait a minute. Like, we're all getting screwed over here. You say this is the richest country in the world. Well, where's the money? Where's it at? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end this video here. But basically, yeah, I do believe black people can be racist. I believe white people can be racist. But white people's racism comes from geneticism. It comes from the fear of being minorities, the fear of being marginalized across the globe, not United States, across the globe. The fear of being, marginalized, and not being abundantly reproduced. But black racism, for the most part, I'm sure there's racism where people are just like, I hate white people, and nothing's been done to them by white people across the globe. But for the most part, black people are racist or hateful towards white people because of what's been done to them by white people. That's what I've noticed. Like, if you're white and you're racist, why? Black people have never had enough control over your life specifically for you to be racist. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a white person, it's like, oh, I hate black people. Why? It's only geneticism. It's only genetics, because I don't have enough control. Like I said, if I'm a business owner and I refuse you a job, that's messed up and that is racist. But even that is not enough for you to say all black people are this way. But black people, we see the government, everything in control, everything being run, the business owners, everything works in tandem. And when we see that, it is, I'm not going to say it's logical, but it's not illogical to say, I'm going to distance myself from this community because this is the same community that oppressed me in the past and present. You see what I'm saying? Whereas when you see a black person, when did they oppress you for a large period of time? Unless you want to talk about Egypt, there's no proof that there's no proof that Jews even built the pyramids. And even if there was evidence, there's not any evidence, but even if there was, there's even less that those Jews were white. You see what I'm saying? So any white person who has a plight with black people because they're like, oh, well, in Egypt, you enslaved the white people. No, we didn't. Like, that never happened, bro. That never happened. First of all, that wouldn't even make sense. Look at American slavery. White people got Africans and dark-skinned people to work the land because you're in the sun. Why would Africans, North Africans, get you to do it? Why would we get why would we get light-skinned people to work in the sun all day? That's counterproductive. So the darker people who can deal with the heat better are going to chill out while these less melanated people work in the sun and barely get less work done. It doesn't make sense, bro. That never happened. So that's just all a ploy for a certain group to basically say we've been victimized for years, for ages. And it's like, well, where's the proof? Where's the proof of this victimization? There isn't any. I've looked into it. There isn't any proof, any solidified proof. There's stories, there's books, there's rocks, all types of stuff, but there's no proof that these people were white Jews working on the pyramids, which doesn't even make sense if you think about it. It makes no sense. But I say all that to say, black racism comes from survival, a survival way of thinking. White racism comes from a inferiority complex originally. Not saying that white racists now have an inferiority complex. They don't even know why they're racist. They just are. But the original thing is literally like, we have to build weapons. We have to get away. We have to plan on how to dominate these colored people. That's the truth, bro. It's the truth. And if there's a group thinking like that, you can't blame the colored, melanated people for saying, I'm going to stay away from this group because they've done X, Y, Z. It has nothing to do with your skin color. It's just because you've done these things. Do you guys get what I'm saying? It's almost been an hour. I'm about to get out of here, but it's been a 41-minute video. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Yeah, just know most black people are not racist, and if they are racist, trust me, they've probably been through it. They've probably been through the ringer, and that they're just at their wits' end. You know what I'm saying? But if a white person's racist, I always look at them like, bro, who got your panties in a bunch, bro? Like, what there's no way a black person did that much to you. You know what I mean? For you to say all black people are this way. But that's just my own take on it. Because I don't want a reputation as a racist person. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. But I will say America is doing the rope-a-dope, bro. Like, y'all are playing games right now. Y'all know good and well the situation. Y'all know. The president knows. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. It's out in the open how black people feel. And, you know, either something's going to be done or it's not. But, you know, don't look at me and call me racist because I'm educating myself and I'm not liking what I'm learning. You see what I'm saying? I'm learning these information, these statistics, and I'm like, I'm not happy about what I'm hearing at all. And really, if you're not racist and you want equality, you as a white person shouldn't be happy either. Y'all, like, a lot of these white people looking at me and saying, oh, that's racist, or, oh, you got hate in your heart. You should have hate in your heart too. If you truly care about black people at all, or melanated people at all, then you should be upset, just as upset as me. Why are you looking at me and saying, oh, he's on that kick? It's like, yes, I am on the liberate my people kick. Sorry for being, you know, wanting a better life for my people. So, no, matter of fact, I'm not even sorry. I don't know why. I'm not even saying that sarcastically. I'm not sorry for wanting a better life for my people. It's life, and it is what it is, you know? But on that note, I'm going to get out of here, guys. Like I said, Roanoke is going to be out here soon, out on YouTube soon. I don't know when. I'm not sure when. I got to find time to upload it. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment. Please comment, bro. Like, no one comments on my videos. Please comment and leave below, do you think that black Americans can be racist? Leave a comment. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Hit it right now. Subscribe, because I'm going to be bringing you more videos, more music, more content, more everything. I'm trying to get more people on the channel too, guys. I know it's just mainly me talking here to you, but I hope you guys enjoy me. It's Arrow. Like, you guys know me at this point. But, you know, I'm trying to get more people on the channel. But, yeah, in the meantime, just make sure you subscribe, like, tell a friend. Be like, oh, you ever hear of the Smoker's Hut? Dude be speaking facts. Dude be spitting facts. Word. But on that note, I'm about to get out of here. Maybe roll up a little something. But, yeah, make sure y'all just know black people are not racist because of, you know what I'm saying, because of just hatred for white skin. They are racist or they're hateful or they're angry because of what has been done to them, which is only natural. If someone slaps you, you're not going to like that person who slapped you, right? Makes sense to me. Should make sense to you. All right, on that note, I'm out of here. Peace. And I'll see you guys a couple days. Peace.